Hi, welcome to the Practicing Crafter. I am getting ready to go out of town for a few days and I am so excited. And normally I keep a travel journal, which, let me get one of my travel journals over here, in which I keep track of some of the things that I have done with my family, and you know, I include some pictures and just take some notes. I tried keeping an actual journal where you write about all of these things, and I am not a writer. I am a crafter. I definitely found that out. Generally, the way that I have handled this is just purchasing, going ahead and just purchasing, you know, a pre-made journal or a notebook that I would use. This time, I have been watching several videos on creating your own journal from things that you already have at home. And so that kind of got me excited to reuse some things that maybe normally I would be throwing away, or things that are in my stash that I can make use of to create a special book for a trip. There are several people that I follow that, you know what, I think you should follow too. If you are sitting here watching this video, these are people that you would probably enjoy watching as well. So I will include a few of those options, 2 or 3 of those options, in the description. One of the videos I watched that I really enjoyed was actually using a file folder, old file folders or new file folders if you wish. But the other one was using something that all of us already have somewhere in our cupboard. It could be a cereal box, it could be, you know, this is a granola bars. I grabbed a few that were smaller because I am not looking for something as large as a cereal box. I'm looking for something that's going to hold, you know, I can put some memories in for a 4-day trip. I pulled this one from That's It granola bars, these mini fruit bars. And I had this one that is from some granola bars that is a little smaller. I had already cut the lip off, which is shame on me. I wish I had not done that, but I did. But between these two sizes, and considering it's a 4-day trip, I'm thinking that this is the guy that we're going to go with. So we are going to make this little fella into a travel journal for a trip for next weekend. I need to have a flap like this one. If I had kept this nice little flap, I would be able to, you know, either maybe even sew a button and do a little string to wrap around, or even some Velcro just to keep this closed. It looks like a matchstick case, actually. Does that not look like if you open it up you should have some matches? But I got carried away and cut that edge off here, so we are going to fix that. You can also see where I just trimmed this with scissors just to keep it for use for another day, but we are going to trim the whole thing up so that we have nice even edges all the way around. So let's just do that first. Let's get this guy ready. That looks better already. Okay, so that's a nice, we do want to shorten this up so that this, I can bend that and that will fold over the edge. So how far back do we want to take that? I don't want to take it back too far because this is going to determine the size of the pages that I'm going to use for my journal. So I'm going to say we are going to take it back, let's say 1 inch. Let's see how that works out. Okay, so that looks like that would work nicely. Now I just need to bend this over so that it folds over the end. Let's put this to the side. Let's determine where this is going to. I really don't have any tools beside me except for a pair of scissors. I don't even have a pencil up here. So we're going to, I'm just going to hold this down right here, like so. So I'm going to hold it down, about right there. And I'm just going to just put an edge in there so that I know where I'm working. Since I don't have anything else right here right now, we are going to use those scissors. And you can see that kind of cut into that a little bit, but it made it very easy to fold. We are headed to Florida. We are going down to Florida. Normally at this time of year we would be heading south to get some sunshine and vitamin D because it would have been so cold and miserable here, but I have to say this year has not been that way. It is like spring here right now. We have had no snow. We had a cold spurt around Christmas, but that has been it. So kind of missing some of that cold weather we generally tend to get. But we have some friends that have been kind enough to invite us down to their home. And it is near Stuart, Florida, if you happen to know where Stuart is. Palm Beach Gardens is where we will be going. So I pulled a few things that I thought would be cute to decorate. I love Life is Good. This Life is Good bag actually came from Chattanooga. I bought a few things at the Chattanooga, Tennessee Life is Good store. They gave me this sweet little bag, which I saved. I've got some seashells. That will be a fun addition to decorate. I have these seashells that I pulled from a book about seashell hunting. I have just some sweet little positive sayings on a piece of paper. And then I have another book page from that same seashell book. Let's just jump in and do something. So I have got my Elmer's washable school glue. Nothing too extravagant. It's just pretty simple. I do wish it was a bigger diameter, a larger diameter to work with, but that's okay. I thought I had a larger diameter glue and I could not locate it. So we're going to use this school glue and we are just going to enhance our box so that it doesn't look like a granola box. So we're just going to kind of do this with this guy. Maybe we'll put something in between him. So I'm going to put this right here, and then I'll put that guy down so that we can kind of keep him together. Okay. Let's put that little guy right there. Back him all the way up to this edge. There we go. RWM, whoever RWM is, did this cute little image for this book. And you know what? I think the name of the book, just so that you know, in case you want to look it up, it's actually the book is from 1982. So it's been out there a while, but it's called the Sanibel Shell Guide. And I found it probably, I probably found it in Goodwill or the Four Seasons Hospice store, or, I don't know. I found it somewhere. So, and picked it up thinking that it might work for, actually I was probably thinking about a travel journal because it had seashells, and I do like to spend some downtime walking on the beach and picking up shells and all those types of mindless activities that you can do when you're at the beach, looking for sea life and sharks and dolphins and hermit crabs and all these different things that you can see. So I am really excited about my trip next week. I know that these friends are going to have something really great lined up for us to do together. They're very special. We usually travel together, at least once a year, and we have done that for probably the last 5 or 6 years. They are dear, dear friends. I'm really hoping, they probably won't see this video, so just so you know, but one of the things that I'm hoping that they plan is going kayaking. I love to go kayaking. Not in the ocean, but the rivers and this estuaries to go kayaking. So I'm really hoping that that's one of the things that they have planned for us to do. They are foodies. I do know that we will be eating at some great restaurants. One of the things my husband and I love to do, we'll rip this bag apart. I know it's awful for me to rip this bag apart, but I just like life is good. I just wish they would make their bags easier to pull apart. But one of the things that we enjoy doing with them, when we are with them, is cooking a meal together. So I'm sure that will be part of the plan. We'll probably sit down and stay in one night or more nights, and we will cook a meal and maybe play some games together. And during those games, I can, not that they do, but we like to give them a hard time. We always like to tell them we know that they're cheating. The guys, that is. So, if they win, they're cheating, because otherwise there's really no way that they could beat us at the things we play. We usually play some dominoes. I'm sure will be in our future. Some Skip-Bo. We will, phase 10. We will probably do together. Maybe 4. Is it 4 crowns? 4 crowns. Anyway, I am sure that there will be some challenges thrown down over the week, where we will be competing, fiercely competing. I'm going to trim these off screen, but I am going to trim all these up. And I happen to have this Manco Easy Mask painting tape that half of it, it's got half of a sticky element. Half the tape is sticky and half of it is not. So I cut a small piece just to test and put it right there. And I think that that's what I'm going to go with. And I'm going to pull this little test tape off here. And so I'm going to get my cutters, my straight edge cutter, and measure this out for all the way around, and get these pieces cut so I can outline the entire book. All right, so we cut those pieces, and let's just get them taped on here, which is going to be this is going to be the outside, this is going to be the inside, okay? So let's just try to make this as straight as possible. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. Okay, so now we are going to move to the sewing machine, and we are just going to put some stitches around the edges that will help secure a lot of this. We'll probably put them down the bindings, just where that paper has been glued, just to add a little more security to those areas. I have never used my sewing machine to go through cardboard or paper or anything like that, so this is a first for me. I am using quilting thread, because that is what I have on hand. I'm using a red quilting thread, or burgundy, more of a burgundy quilting thread I happen to have. And we are just going to, I did change my needle out. I wasn't sure what made the most sense, but I have a denim needle. So I did change my needle out to a denim needle to do this. And let's see. So here we go. I have just chosen a zigzag. We're going to see how that works out. And here we go. See how we're looking. Yeah, I think that looks pretty neat. Yeah, both sides look very interesting. So let's just keep going. So now I've completed those stitches all the way around. I think it looks really, really good. I am really enjoying this. I hope that this project works out because I will do this for all of my travel journals. I think this is so neat. So anyway, let's move on. I'm going to change to just a basic straight stitch, and I'm going to put that down my bindings. If I do it from this side on here, let's start with you first. Oh, it just went a little wonky there. It's a little different than working with material for sure. Not too bad though. I thought I had lost control a little bit more than that. So I'm pretty happy with the result. I'm going to do one down this other side too. It's kind of where my little bend is. Number 2. So, just as an extra precaution to make sure these pieces of paper don't just come up at the wrong moment, I am going to use my trusty matte Mod Podge to just seal it and make sure we don't have any mishaps as this thing travels with us next week. Okay, so I thought I was recording. It wasn't, but now we are. So our journal is dry, just where I put that extra sealer layer of Mod Podge Matte on the book. And now I'm starting to, I'm going to punch 2 holes here at the bottom and 2 holes here at the top. And then we are going to make a place for a removable signature that will be used for creative travel journaling. And then I'm going to make a section that will be on the back here that will be adhered to the actual journal itself, that I will use to maybe make some notes, take some pictures and add them into this little journal that we will keep and be able to reflect back on our trip. So let's go ahead and do that. I actually already started by punching a hole, one of my holes here. So we're going to punch 4 holes into this journal. We're going to try to line them up. Goodness, there we go. Okay, there's 2. Now we're going to try to make 2 more at the top that are pretty much even with the ones at the bottom. And let's do 1 more. Okay, there we go. They're not exactly even, but it'll be okay. From the inside of the journal, we're going to go in and come back out right here. And we are going to go in and come back right here. So now we are going to take this and we are going to just tie it off. Nothing fancy. We're just gonna tie it together and maybe try to snug it up a little bit. Just, you know, there we go. Make sure that we have room underneath there. And you know, this kind of tying is always easier when you have somebody else's finger sitting right there on that tie. So there we go. Let's just trim these off. Okay. All right. First, we want to measure this section. It is, you know, if you look at the string that's going through, maybe close to 4.5 inches. So we are going to go just a little shy of 4 inches for the maybe 3.25, maybe. And then whenever you think about the way the book closes, that is actually going to shorten the length that you can put within the binder itself. So let's just see how long this is. So to that first, you know, notch, it's almost 4.5 to where the page actually folds. So, you know, we may make those 4 inches. And then what that would do is if we used a whole sheet, that would give us an 8-inch page to use for whatever we want to do. Or if we used a half a sheet, we would have, of course, the 4 inches. So let's say 4 inches. That's just so that I can remember. Let's put these to the side. And let's pull out our watercolor sheets. As you know, it's not the most inexpensive paper. This is actually artist law, so it's probably more economical than a lot of different watercolor papers. But for this purpose, we should be able to cut enough out of this one sheet for this one trip, so that's nice. So let's put this paper back, and let's start by doing our 3 3/4. So right here's our 3 3/4 mark. Right here, so let's make sure that's straight. And there we go. I'm going to put that to the side, because what I want to do is I want to make sure that this first cut will work before I do anything else. So, 8 inches basically is what I'm looking for. Let's see if we have 8 inches on the sheet. So if that's in half, that's about where that's going to fall. So that's fine. Let's see if we turn it. Okay. I think that will work fine. So let's mark this guy. Just a little mark at 8 inches. So we know where we want to cut him. Okay. And let's do the other two. Make sure we're straight as we can be. There we go. And let's do one more. To the side to use for a project later, possibly. Oh, we still have to cut our 8 inches, don't we? So I cut that at the wrong piece, which is so funny because it's actually about going to work out. So that's fine. Let's just continue on. Oh, I just love it when things happen like that. Okay, so let's just make sure we are about right. That one's actually a little shorter, so we'll check it. We'll leave those two that length, and if they work, great, and if they don't, we will just continue to cut those down. So let's fold each of these in half. Okay, let's just use this guy to help us get that crease better in there. There we go. 1, 2, clean that up. Good. We have our first signature, 2 pages, the shorter page. I wonder if I want the shorter page in the middle or if I want the shorter page on the outside. Let's hide the shorter page. That way only I know that I messed up. Well, you know too, but you're not going to tell anybody, I hope. The other thing that we could do, really, is we could split those up so I could have the two longer pages on this first one. I mean on the second one, like that. And then I could have the first page. It's easier said than done. The first page underneath this first cord. Yeah, so you say, Lynn. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Just that easy. Just that easy. Okay, so let's get these out of our way. Now we are going to create a more permanent spot on this back section. Okay, so we've got that section figured out. So now we're going to work on the part where we have the more permanent area that is going to stay attached, directly attached to the book. So I went ahead and pulled some papers. I pulled some that are thinner, you know, and I also pulled a few thicker ones out of the things that I had in stock. If you like, let's see, these three, they all came from the same collection, and it is a collection that is called Four Seasons. I'd have to look to see who it is made by, but yeah, that's the name of this paper collection. You know, these I picked up at Goodwill in packs of stuff, so I really, unless it says something on the back, which it may. Let's see, nope, none of them say anything on the back. So the first thing we want to do, I'm actually probably going to use this for my last page. And we are going to measure this and make sure our measurements are good. I want to come in a little bit just to make sure that when these pages are closed up, that we're not crowding this area too much right here. So I'm going to come a little bit off this. I'm going to use every bit between here and here. And so I think we're going to do, we need to come off the binding a little bit, probably 3 3/4 inches, which would be about right here is where we're going to fall. Then we're going to, this is showing about 4 1/4. Let's see. Yeah, that's showing about 4 1/4, isn't it? So 4 1/4 inches for that piece. Okay, so let's just do a test cut really quick. Cut this little section first, and then cut this. Let's line that up. Excuse me. Put those in there to use at a later date. Let's check our measurements before we do anything else. These are going to go like this. So when this book is closed, let me see if I can keep my hand in there so you can see. When this book is closed, you may be able to see that it's going to leave a little room at the tip. So I think that is about perfect. So we are going to leave that one there. Set this to the side. And we are going to just put a couple of marks on each of these and cut these as well. So now we're just going to put these in the order that we would like to have them placed in our book. That is going to be my last page. I think I'm going to, I like those two together. So we'll keep those two together. I think these two look pretty together, back to back, and then that one maybe for this last one. Now I just need to figure out what order I want them in. So if you think about what it's going to look like, you know, it could be starting with this page, you know, or it could possibly start with this page, or it could start with this page. That would look neat, I think. So we are going to make this our top page. This is going to be our bottom page. And the others, I don't really care where they fall in the middle. So we are just going to go, I'm going to go to my sewing machine and put a couple of straight stitches through here, and then we will attach this to our journal. So we basically just put two straight stitches down the length of the of our little insert that we're getting ready to add. This is going to be our last page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some double-sided tape out of here. Let's see if we can measure that somewhat accurately. Okay, this is pretty sticky double-sided tape. We're going to put it right here. Okay, and then I am going to glue the whole back page down. I don't intend to use the back page for much of anything, but we are just going for extra security. We are just going to put some glue on the entire back page, and we are going to stick it down to this book. I am so excited, and the more I work on this book, the more excited I get about heading south for a few days. You know, just someplace different as much as anything. Where I live is like being on vacation. It's just gorgeous here. There's plenty to do around here, plenty of hike, especially if you like the outdoors. If you don't like the outdoors, there may not be as much to do, but if you enjoy the outdoors and you enjoy beer and good food and all those types of things, that really is the area that we live in. We have all of that. We have lots of great crafters in our area. So if that's your thing, it's a really great place to live or to vacation to. I think I may have done that a little crooked, but it's okay. You know, it's my little travel journal. So let's put our other signatures, as I believe they are called, back in. Oh, I'm so happy with it. I can't wait. I can't wait to use it next weekend. Oh, looky here. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's amazing what you can learn from these people on YouTube. I'm just saying. Okay, so there we go. And you know, I've got one more piece in order to finish this project, and I have to figure out a way to secure it. So that is the last part of this process. So let's think about that for a minute. I've got this pretty little, you know, die cut flower that I think is kind of neat. We are going to put a hole about right here. I said we're going to put a hole about right here. Yes, we're going to put a hole about right here. Maybe we aren't going to put a hole about right here. Wow, that's hard to get through. Okay, let's try one more time. Let's try one more time. Okay. Wow. Wow, that was hard. Okay, so we're going to use some of this. I've got some Cousin DIY stretch cord that I had used, I don't know, for some other project, I imagine. We're just going to cut us a piece to work with, and we are going to maybe put one side through there, one side through here. I may even come back up one more time and just make use of those little holes that are in that flower. Okay. So then if we pull these through this hole, then we don't really know what we're doing, so just bear with us for a second. Let's just tie you off for a moment and see how we're going to handle this and how will you secure being tied off like that. Let's just cut that. We go, but how do we go the other way around? We go like this, and then we just do that, and then our book stays closed. So I think we've got it. We just need to trim it up, and we can call this project just one for the books. We've tried it. We actually liked it. I do plan on doing more of these for, I may see if there's another way that I can put this in here, but I do plan on doing more of these for future trips, and maybe even finding better ways that work for me to get, to have these work for my purposes. But I want to thank you for joining me for today's episode. If you would like to receive more crafty content, please subscribe to my channel and click the notification button. If you would like to see other posts that we put out there, be sure to follow me on Instagram at The Practicing Crafter. And until next time, just go out there and make something fun, make something yours, and enjoy the process. Bye.